The Legends have lost 9 of their last 12 contests, but look to bounce back and get back into the win column against the Sonoma Stompers. The Legends have only beat Sonoma once all season. It's their 3rd time playing here. They've had a couple games over up in wine country as well, but it's time. We're here now. We're ready. Cole Roberts is on the mound. First pitch coming up in just a few moments. Welcome in here to CSM Field. I'm Nate Martin. I'll be joined by Victor Martinez in a few innings and maybe one other guest announcer. But right now, we have first pitch starting at 5:06 p.m.
5:06, game time temperature 80 degrees.
Cole Roberts is on the mound right now. At the plate for the Sonoma Stompers, that's Jack Scary leading things off. First pitch was called a ball. That one misses the zone again, 2-0 early to Jack Scary. The Legends have only beat Sonoma once all season. But with Roberts on the mound to start things off, it's a really good opportunity to get back into the win column. Cole Roberts has been one of your best pitchers this season, was recently named Pitcher of the Week for the Legends. This season, ERA just south of 3 with a 2.92. Struck out 18 batters in 12 1/3 innings. As he gets behind in the count 3-1 here to the leadoff man Scary. 3-1 pitch. Finds his own 3-2, load him up. 90 miles an hour on the fastball there. Roberts with a 3-pitch mix. A fastball that can reach 92. And then a cutter and changeup. That one hit over to the second baseman, fielded. And that's the first out of the ball game. On the play there at second was Ryson Ujimori making the first out.
Center fielder, number 7, Paul Contreras.
That'll bring up Paul Contreras to the plate. Also has a slider in his mix as well for Cole Roberts. We've mainly been seeing the fastball. That's kind of the main pitch that he uses, and why not? It's one of the fastest fastballs we have on the roster, as that one's hit hard down the third base line by Contreras, and he will be safe at first.
That's got to be a hit, right?
78 miles an hour off of the bat of Contreras. Not the hardest hit ball, but just beat the throw by Kevin Shea. It was a tough throw to make. Canyon Treese dragged off the bag.
Second baseman, number 31, Elijah Ramos.
Just like that, the Stompers have a runner on first with one out. So it'll be Contreras at first, Elijah Ramos to the plate, who's been one of, if not the best Sonoma hitter. Working with a 353 average, an OBP of 483. So basically, he's reaching base once every 2 at-bats. First pitch was a strike. Second one, low, called for ball 1. On deck is Tyler Hawley. Then after that will be Jack Lazark. Ben Giovanetti batting 6th at the DH. Trent Abel batting 7th. I think closing things out will be Jack Vanencini and Kyler Zakowski. And that'll be the one pitch coming in. Swing and miss brings it to 1-2. So Ramos gets behind the count here early. Roberts looking to get the second out. 1-2. Misses his own 2-2. Good pitch right there, though, if you're Roberts. You have a couple pitches to work with here. Also know if you keep it low, the double play ball is an option, as the runner thought about taking off there. Contreras started to go, but then headed back after seeing Raisen Ujimori hustle over to second. So we'll do the 2-2 pitch once again. Pitch comes. And that'll be strike 3 looking. First punch out of the day for Roberts to get the second out of the inning. And they get down. Gets the best hitter in the Stompers lineup out via the K.
Third baseman, number 32, Tyler Hawley.
That'll bring up Tyler Hawley to the plate. Run around first is Contreras. 2 down here in the top of the first. First pitch from Roberts. And that'll find the zone. 0-1 on the cutter right there. Excuse me, the slider. 81 miles an hour on the slider. 0-1 pitch hit into left field. That one will drift foul. Brings the count to 0-2. Well, that was a really well-hit ball. 98 miles an hour off the bat of Hawley. Just couldn't find fair territory. Instead, brings the count to 0-2. As Stompers coach brings his bat back. We'll do the 0-2 pitch here from Roberts. Roberts, entering his junior season at UNLV. Gives the pitch, hit up the middle, past the shortstop. That'll be the second hit of the inning. Contreras goes to second. Hawley reaches first. It's a 2-out single to put 2 men on with Jack Lazark coming to the plate.
Batting fifth, first baseman, number 40, Jack Lazark.
So 2 on, 2 out for the Sonoma Stompers. First pitch to Lazark. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Last time we saw the Stompers here at CSM, they scored, I don't know how many exactly, but it was a lot of runs in the first inning. Cole Roberts was on the mound, was not on the mound, excuse me. I was thinking of Drew Brown. Swing and miss, 0-2. Drew Brown struggled in that contest. Brown pitched yesterday against the Seagulls. As Lazark finds himself behind in the count, 0-2. 0-2 pitch comes. Misses outside for ball 1. So it'll be 1-2 to Lazark. Max Shore is the catcher behind the plate right now for the Legends. He'll only join the team last week, so new player. Has adjusted well. 1-2 comes, hit, foul. We'll do it again. This inning definitely becoming a longer one for Roberts. Roberts is only his second start of the summer, usually coming out of the bullpen in the later innings to close out games, but forced to do a different role here for manager Chris DeBoo, who slows it down a lot there. Lazark calls time. Roberts really building up some anticipation there for the 1-2 pitch. Do it again. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Roberts struck out 2 that inning, let 2 on, but nobody comes across the plate. It's still 0-0 when we head into the bottom of the first. Welcome back in here, bottom of the first. A scoreless contest so far after the inning from Cole Roberts in which he struck out 2 Stompers batters. Brings up the top of the order for the Menlo Park Legends. It'll be Hayden Young-Goldberg, Kevin Shea, and Evan Bilter to the plate. As that first pitch, though, Young-Goldberg looked at for ball 1. On the mound right now for the Stompers is Brett Mallett. First pitch from Mallett. Second pitch from Mallett high, ball 2. It's behind the count early. Mallett working with a 3-pitch mix. A fastball is the primary. Also throws in a cutter. Both of those in the high 80s to low 90s. Then also has a curveball if he wants to slow things down. 2-0. High again, ball 3. Mallett struggling to find the zone and drop his pitches a little bit. Three-0 to Young-Goldberg. Don't expect a swing here. Looks at that one for strike 1. Gets himself into an favorable count here. 3-1. Mallett entering his sophomore year at Jacksonville State. It's behind the count here. 3-1. Hasn't been used that much this summer as that one is hit into the outfield for a leadoff hit by Young-Goldberg. We'll head to first.
Third baseman, number 15, Kevin Shea.
Exactly how you want to start the day if you're Menlo Park. The leadoff man is on at first. He has 7 stolen bases this summer. That's tied for first along with Rowan Felch. And I'm sure that's in the back of Mallett's mind. Brings up Kevin Shea to the plate, who was showing a bunt there, but pulls it back in time for ball 1. It'll be 1-0 to Shea. Mallett this summer, working with a 1.5 ERA, but he's only pitched 6 innings. One of those was a start, as that'll be a fielder's choice. Pitcher Mallett couldn't get over to first in time, and so Shea will Remain out. We'll head to first. Young Goldberg, the leadoff man, is out.
Number 17, Evan Filter.
Brings up Evan Bilter to the plate. Bilter this summer. He's been one of the main guys you see in this lineup, and for good reason, batting .327. First pitch to him. Hit high, going foul. And will be caught out by the right fielder, Kyler Zakowski, to bring up J.P. Avila.
Batting fourth, designated hitter, number 30, J.P. Avila.
And so what seemed like such a promising start to the inning, your leadoff man is on. 2 quick outs brings up J.P. Avila. Maybe one of the last guys the Stompers want to see. Last time he played Sonoma, hit a home run. First pitch to Avila. Looked at for ball 1. So we'll go through the Legends lineup. We saw young Goldberg, Shea, and Belter. Now Avila to the plate. On deck is Logan Musey. Following him will be Josh Quinn. Then Kanan Treese. Max Shore is catching. And then closing things out is Ryson Ujimori. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss from Avila, brings the count to 1-1. Count is now even, 1 apiece. That one will miss the zone, 2-1 now to Avila, who this summer is leading the team in home runs along with Vaskin Smith. 2-1 pitch looked at, finds the zone 2-2. Curveball there from Mallet. Finds the zone. 2-2 comes, runner goes, swing and a miss, strike 3 to end the inning. Avila goes down via the swinging strike. We'll bring up the top of the second. When we return, it'll be Giovannetti, Abel, and Vanencini to the plate for the Stompers. Top of the second, Cole Roberts on the mound here once again after the first inning where he struck out 2, also let 2 on, gave up 2 hits. The first one will miss, dropped by Max Shore, ball 1. To the plate is Ben Giovannetti, entering his junior year at Skyline College, who hits that one high into right field, tracking back is Bilter. Sun is shining bright, but he'll make the grab for the first out of the inning. And a quick out one at that, exactly what Cole Roberts wanted to do after a long first.
First stop, number 1, Trent Abel.
That'll bring up Trent Abel to the plate. One of a few CSU Northridge guys on this Stompers lineup. who's kind of been one of the most common guys we've seen in this lineup. In fact, he has the most at-bats all season for the Stompers, batting .270, OBP of 365. So having a good start this summer. 1-0. Finds his own 1-1. Roberts gets back in the count. Roberts, along with Reese Lewick, who has just left the team for the summer, is one of 2 juniors from UNLV. So that one's fouled off 1 and 2. Only allowed 1 walk in his last season for the Rebels. Mainly was used as a bullpen arm. Now, kind of been thrown around a lot. This is his second start of the summer, as that one will just miss the zone. 2 and 2. Cries from the Legends dugout disagree. So, Roberts will have to get him out here. 2 and 2. 1 out. Fouled off. We'll do it again. We'll go through the Legends field right now. Catching is Max Shore. At first is Kanan Tree. Second is Ujimori. Third is Shea. And then playing short is Josh Quinn. And then from left to right in the outfield, that one is hit over to Evan Bilter for the second out of the inning. He's the right fielder. The center fielder is Young Goldberg. And then in the left is Logan Musey. It's a fly out there to get the second out of the inning. We'll bring up Jack Vanencini to the plate, the catcher, for today's contest for the Stompers. Goes to San Jose State. First pitch to Vanencini will be high, ball 1. Of course, San Jose State is where Emmett Finney just committed to play his college ball last week. Not in the lineup today, but we could be seeing him in the later innings. 1-0. Swing and miss. Strike 1. Kind of a wonky swing there. Tried to hold it up, but Vanencini unsuccessful. Gets called for strike 1. Brings the count to 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Second pitch. Maybe a ball. That was the third pitch in the at-bat, excuse me. Catcher position for the Stompers has been one that they've been throwing a lot of guys in. Vanencini has been used the second most times after Rudy Gonzalez, and swings in that one, and that will be hit into the... There'll be a talking to, and a Cavalier trainer coming out to check in on Shore. That was 90 miles an hour. Straight to the mask of Shore. But gets back in his crouch. So we get a couple of pitches to him to see if he's okay. As I was saying, it's been a bit of a problem position. It's really been Vanencini and Gonzalez fighting it out. Neither of them having a fantastic start to the season. Both of them batting below the Mendoza line. But they also reach base a lot. Vanencini, 351 OBP with a 143 average. Draws a lot of walks. He takes that one. 3 and 2. Full count here to the catcher. And that'll be ball 4. He reaches base once again. First time in this contest. One of many in the season.
Right fielder, number 15, Kyler Zakowski.
That'll bring up Kyler Zakowski batting last in the order. 111 average for the Creighton Blue Jay. First pitch. Swing and miss. Strike 1. So tough to catch up to the velocity of Roberts. There's a few pitchers in the CCL that can throw above 90 pretty consistently, and Roberts is one of them. That was 91 on the dropped ball, brings the count to 1-1. Roberts' third pitch. Hit over to third, goes foul, 1-2. Doing a good job this game of getting into 2-strike counts. But I'd say the results are pretty hit or miss. He's given up 2 hits today. Just walked a batter, but has also struck out 2, got a couple easy flyouts as well. That one is hit high into right field. Belcher tracks. It will go foul. We'll do the 1-2 count once again. For those of you at home wondering where Victor Martinez is, he is busy right now cooking hot dogs for all of us up here in the press box. Also gave some to our friends in the Stompers broadcast booth. 1-2, swing and miss, strike 3 to end the inning. Get more to that in a moment when we return. Bottom of the second, it'll be Musey, Quinn, and Treese to the plate for the Legends. Bottom of the second, in a scoreless contest between the Sonoma Stompers and the Menlo Park Legends. Logan Musey, Josh Quinn, and Kanan Treese to the plate to face Brett Mallett. Musey was going to lay down the bump, but pulls it back in time after noticing the ball was going inside, ball 1. So good take there by Musey. Gets ahead in the count against Mallett. That one will be low ball 2. First batter that Mallett faced, young Goldberg, of the game. He got behind in the count very quickly. 3 balls. It'll now be 2-0 to Musey. Comes, hit weakly over to third. Play is made. Kind of jogging over to first. He knew he was out. Tyler Hawley over to Jack Lazark for the first out of this bottom of the second. That'll bring up Josh Quinn to the plate. One of a couple Cal Lutheran guys across the Legends and Legacy. His first time facing Mallett. And looks at that one for ball one. Cal Lutheran. Quinn is the only Cal Lutheran guy on the team up until last week when Joshua Kim joined the pitching staff. 1-0 to Quinn. Misses 2-0. Kim is one of 3 new pitchers, along with Hudson Pregame and the lefty from Santa Clara. That one is hit high. Foul. Brings the count to 2-1. I'm just scrambling for my notes. Two and one. We'll get you the name when I pull it up. Brings the count to 3-1. Ronald Rocky is the name I was searching for. Is that is strike 2, loads up the count 3-2, 1 out, nobody on here. Three-two count, hit, foul. We'll do it again from Quinn. Quinn plays his college ball, as mentioned, at Cal Lutheran. 283 average there this past season. 3-2 comes, high, ball 4. A 1-out walk. Brings up Kanan Treese to the plate.
97, first baseman, number 22, Kanan Treese.
Kanan Treese now up. Playing a position that we haven't seen from him too much this summer. He's mainly been playing over at third. Now lining up first in today's contest. Another one of those guys similar as some of the guys on the Stompers lineup, as that one's a swing on 1. That has a lower average, but gets on base quite a lot. 308 OBP, while only batting 167. Also played some good defense. So that one's hit foul, 0-2. We did see him. He's made a couple of nice stretches at first to get outs. Did see him get drawn off the bag once, but it was a tough play to make, which is why it was not counted as an error. So we 0-2 to Treese, the righty. Looks at that one, ball 1. Good take there by the first baseman. And that'll be strike 3. Called looking there for the second out of the inning. That one was a little outside, kind of on the... Trackman is saying it was outside of his zone. So that'll bring up Max Shore to the plate. A player joining from Fresno State. First pitch to Shore. High, ball 1. As mentioned, Shore kind of joined the team a little later. He's only had 13 at-bats. We 1-0. Hit over to Short, who fumbles it. Shore will be out. So despite the shortstop fumbling the ball a little bit, Shore couldn't beat the throw. As we enter the top of the third, still scoreless, 0-0. Top of the third brings back up the top of the order for the Stompers. Nate Martin now joined by Victor Martinez, who has spent the last couple innings in the back here at the press box cooking some very tasty hot dogs for that. Thank you so much for that, Victor.
Of course, anytime, Nate.
First pitch to Scary, looked at for ball one. The going down the second time through the order. Roberts gave up 2 hits, walked 1, but also struck out a couple guys. So that one is hit high and fouled off. 1-1. We've seen the Stompers and Legends play each other a few times now. What has been your impression of the Stompers side?
Well, the Stompers have just kind of pelted the Legends with a lot of base hits. I mean, we were here on Sunday at 12 one time, and they were winning 13-1. And then they went up to Sonoma the next game, and they won 16-1. So, I mean, it's been just a barrage of bad hitting, bad hitting from the Legends and bad pitching. So, I think the Stompers have just had their numbers so far. They have won one, but so far it's been pretty much all Stompers between these two teams.
2-1 from Roberts finds the zone 2-2. I do have to say, though, when the Legends are on against the Stompers, we get some great games between these two sides. We played each other on Saturday, I think it was Saturday night, and it was a pretty close game down to the end.
Yeah, 2-1 final right there, and the Legends stayed consistent throughout the whole game. The pitching staff gave them what they needed. Oh my goodness, a fastball to the head right there.
Cavalier heads out. I audibly pulled back there. Shocked. That one went straight to the helmet of Jack Scary. Cavalier, our trainer, has been fantastic all summer.
Yeah, and luckily for Scary, that caught a lot of helmet. We saw a hit by pitch earlier for the Legacy that caught some face, or excuse me, that was for the Legends as well. Caught some face. This one, a lot more helmet, but still shaking up as Jack Scary.
That hit the helmet of Scary at 86 miles an hour. It bounced off it with off his helmet at 34 miles an hour. That hit him hard. He absorbed a lot of that contact. A good thing he was wearing a helmet, though. We'll step aside very shortly. Welcome back in to the ball game as that one is hit past the third baseman for a hit with nobody out. 2 on now.
Nevada's second baseman, number 41, Elijah Ramos.
Paul Contreras just rocked that one past the left side of the infield. 89-mile-an-hour pitch that he just hammered. Nick Sebastiani is the runner at second. Comes into the game for Jack Scary, who got hit in the head. Now being looked at by the trainer. Which will bring up Elijah Ramos to the plate. Ramos thinking about laying down a bunt there. Pulls it back in time for ball one. Always so scary when you see a player get hit in the head like that.
Yeah, and especially when said player is moving around a little funny after being hit. It looked like Scary was kind of wobbling a little bit, but he did look fine walking off the field after the pinch runner was announced.
As Ramos lays down the sacrifice bunt, advances both runners to put them in scoring position with one out.
And that's part of Elijah Ramos' game. I mean, we've seen him all summer, a guy that just likes to slap the ball, put the ball on the ground, make things happen, gets a good bunt down right there, moves both runners into scoring position.
Yeah, it's not even a big deal at that point when you get out, because there's now, you had no outs. It's now one out in the game, as we had a little bit of a talk to Roberts with Marcelo Saldana exiting the dugout. Roberts has been one of the better pitchers on the staff all summer, but struggling here in the top of the third. Maybe not used to pitching an extended outings like this as a regular bullpen arm.
Yeah, and I believe you mentioned it. He's only had one start up to this point. I think he did well, 5 innings, I believe, and so far it looks like his velo is down here a little bit in the third inning. Earlier on, it looked like he was throwing 91, 92, 88, 89. Maybe a little bit of cause of that would be getting the batter hit by the pitch right there. Maybe made him a little bit more timid to throw hard. Also, the fact that he was resting for a couple of seconds after the hit by pitch could also play into that.
As he'll have to deal with 2 runners on, both in scoring position. Brings up Tyler Hawley to the plate with 1 out. Corner infielders playing in. That one is fouled off, 0-1. Could you be expecting another bunt laid down here for the Stompers?
I wouldn't expect it, just because this is the middle of their order. It's one of the guys that they have trusted on to bring in runs in Hawley. So I wouldn't really be expecting that. It does look like the corners are in, but I would assume that's just because there's a runner at third.
0-1, a hit fouled off. Roberts coming back here after letting 2 guys on very quickly. Good way to respond by getting ahead in the count here, 0-2. Yeah, Hawley, power bat, slugging .348 on the season. 1 home run, a few RBIs. A solid 4-hole hitter for this Stompers side as he hits that one into shallow right field. 1 run comes across the plate. The other will score as well. Hawley holds up at first. It's a 2-run single to take the lead here in the top of the third.
The batter, first baseman, number 40, Jack Lazard.
96 miles an hour off of the bat of Hawley.
That's an impressive hit right there from Tyler Hawley. I mean, that's a pitch that's not even in the strike zone according to our track man. A slider that was way outside, a pitch that is a chase pitch, and he does chase it, but able to poke his bat out there. And I mean, I don't know how much you could say poke. It's 96 off the bat, but some good piece of hitting right there from Tyler Hawley.
So hard to do when the ball is just so far away from you, out of his zone on the outer half of the plate. Finds Goodwood, 96 miles an hour off of the bat, as you mentioned, and gives Sonoma their lead here in the ballgame. So that'll bring up Jack Lazark, 0-1, brings it 0-2 quickly. Roberts now finding some of the velocity that he was missing earlier, 91 on that pitch. Owen to Lazark, with a runner on first being Hawley. The 2 comes, and it'll be strike 3 looking. Roberts gets out of the inning, but not without some damage. Second out. Got a little eager there.
The batter, designated hitter, number 26, Ben Giovanetti.
Brings up Ben Giovanetti. Got too excited there, didn't I, Victor?
Yeah, a little bit, but I would assume Cole Roberts is going to make you look pretty good here.
I mean, it was a big out 2 here in what has become a long inning.
Yeah, and I mean, it's nothing like, it's a good pitch to get excited about. I think that fastball was pretty well located up in the zone. A big swing, big miss. So the reaction was there. I think the intent was there from you, Nate. I think you just jumped the gun a little bit.
0-1 here. His time is called by the 6-hole hitter, Ben Giovanetti. Giovanetti DH-ing this evening. Power bat. Slugging .409 this summer. I'm looking at this Stompers side. their leading leading home run hitter, Paul Contreras, has only hit 2 home runs, but they have like 6 or 7 guys. They have like 7 guys that have hit a home run this season.
Yeah, it's a balanced lineup. I mean, we've seen it for a long time now where we played the Stompers and they just put up runs. I mean, they don't necessarily have to hit home runs, and they have a bunch of guys that can do it, but that's not their game.
That will be grabbed in right field foul line by the right fielder, Bilter, for the final out of the inning. 2 runs come across the plate.
Top of the third, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors.
Legends lineup have some work to do. It'll be Ujimori, Young Goldberg, and Shea to the plate. Bottom of the third, Stompers command a 2-0 lead here as we have the back end of the order. Ujimori, before we head back to the top, Hayden Young Goldberg and Kevin Shea to the plate. First pitch to Ujimori looked at for ball 1. Good take there by the lefty. So you see you give up 2 runs in the top of the third. How are you supposed to be approaching this in the bottom of the third as the hitters?
Well, you can't think about it as 2 runs, I don't think. I think you have to think about it as getting 1 run back this inning and allowing your pitching staff to put up a 0 the next inning and getting another run then. I think it's very difficult to put up multiple runs, put up a crooked number, but getting 1 run at a time, chipping away, is exactly what the Legends need to be thinking right now.
It's not like there's too much to chip away at. This will be 3-0 to Ujimori.
And it all starts with getting a runner on base. Ujimori so far up 3-0 in this count.
And it's something we've talked about a lot this summer, is it's when your 9 guy is able to get on, as he does so right there, 4-pitch walk.
Nope.
Excuse me.
Looks like a ball came down from the bullpen, an errant throw. Umpire called time before that pitch was thrown, so it does not count.
So we'll do it again, 3-0. Pitch comes, and that will be strike 1. To the outside. Just like that one, Ujimori thought he was walked in 4 pitches. Now takes a strike there, 3-1. Now changes things up. Pitch comes, swing high into right field. Ujimori, that one will be way gone. Ujimori hits that one down to Highway 92, 391. A solo shot by the 9-hole hitter. How good is that for the Legends?
And yeah, that ball was absolutely rocketed off the bat of Ujimori. 102 miles an hour off the bat. That's got to feel great for him. A guy that's been struggling a little bit since coming along. A guy that struggled during the regular season over the spring. So getting a piece of that baseball and getting every piece of that baseball has got to feel amazing for him. Got to feel amazing for the Legends who have been struggling on the offensive.
Not that many guys have hit home runs here at CSM Field. It is such a tough ballpark to do so. The jet stream is 4-3, but it's a hot evening here. No wind coming through. Takes that one down right field line and over the fence to get the Legends back in this ballgame 2-1.
I think we've seen 3 home runs maybe from the Legends hit all summer.
I think it's been 3 different hitters because Dylan Joyce did 2 in the first 2 days, and then it was Emmett Finney, and now Ryson Ujimori.
So 4 total, 3 different hitters.
Yes. As Hayden Young Goldberg hits that one down the first base line for the first out of the inning. It's not a massive ballpark. If you look at the dimensions and the walls, really, it's a hitter's friendly park. It's just when you have the jet stream that's so common, at least earlier in the season, batters weren't able to take advantage of the dimensions. Now, as we head into the dog days of summer, getting hotter, wind dying down a bit.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's a smaller ballpark. I mean, it's only 370 to the power alleys, 319 down the line.
It's not San Bruno, I'll tell you that much.
It's definitely not a big ballpark, so it's not hard to hit it out here, but like you mentioned a couple of times, the jet stream does play a huge effect, and I don't think the Legends are necessarily a team that's built around power outside of Dylan Joyce and Emmett Finney.
Ujimori right there. Smaller guy hits that one way far. It was nice to see as that one hit high in the opposite field by Shea for the second out of the inning. Brings up Belter with 2 outs.
Yeah, I mentioned power bats. I forgot about our favorite power bat, John Paul Avila.
Evan Belter.
Talking about a power bat, hit a ball 450 feet over in Walnut Creek. That one, 391, also traveled pretty far.
And Vaskin Smith sneakily tied for the team lead in home runs as well.
Those were, again, the Merchants, right? That's where he did a lot of his damage?
A lot of it was on the road against the Merchants. I think he had 2 home runs at the College of Alameda during one game.
One note of Belter. Looked at for strike 1. That one just clips the zone. But as I was saying, get hotter in the season here. Should be seeing some more home runs here at CSM. That one will be dropped for a ball 2-1 now to Belter. Belter, more of a contact guy, hitting 327, only slugging 346, so most of his hits go for singles. But when he gets on, always a threat to steal. Has 3 stolen bases this summer. As it'll be 3-1 to Belter. Avila on deck. Mallet already given up 1 home run this inning. Might not want to face Avila, but will have to do so after walking Belter.
Batter, designated hitter, number 30, J.P. Avila.
Brings up J.P. Avila. As a hitter, if you've already seen a pitcher give up a home run this inning, you must be licking your chops.
Yeah, especially if you're a power bat like John Paul Avila is, a guy that makes his paycheck off the long ball, I would say. So definitely looking for a pitch over the heart of the plate that he can crush right now.
First pitch to Avila. Hit high into center field. It was swinging for the fences, but instead flies that one out to center for the final out of the inning.
In the bottom of the third.
So the Legends do what they needed to do according to Victor. Scored a run to bring the lead down to 1. Only 2-1 entering the top of the 4th. Welcome back to the top of the fourth inning. It'll be Trent Abel, Jack Vancini, and Kyler Zukowski to the plate, the back end of the Stompers order. Cole Roberts remains on the mound after giving up 2 runs in that third. But I have no reason to be concerned about Cole Roberts this game, considering how well he's pitched all summer.
Yeah, he's had a great summer. He's a guy that has some electric stuff out there on the mound, so not necessarily a reason to be concerned, especially when you consider the circumstances of that last inning.
He started off by hitting the batter, and then, his velocity dropped for a bit. I'm sure he was a little shaken by hitting Jack Scary right in the helmet. He's bringing his velocity back. So it'll be 1-0 to Abel. 2-0 now. Abel forced a pretty long at-bat out of Roberts in the second. His second time facing him today. Swings and misses at that one, 2-1.
Now, Nate, remind me, in true commentator's fashion, have you had the chance to make a Trent Abel pun yet?
If not, would you like to do so?
No. I'll let you do it.
I'll let you keep that one in your back pocket, Victor, as that one is hit by Abel into center field for the first out.
Well, I stole the Ryan Farr pun from you yesterday, so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't stealing another one.
Number 33, Jack
Victor,
Vancini.
just know you're always able to steal puns from me whenever you feel is right. So that'll bring up Jack Vancini, the catcher. First pitch, finds the zone, 0-1. 89 on the gun there from Roberts, entering his 4th inning of work. His last start pitched 5 innings, so approaching up that number now. 0-1 to Vancini. Hit over to third. That is a great play by the third baseman, Shea, to get the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Shea playing his not natural position. I mean, he's usually a second baseman. It makes it look easy over there in the hot corner.
Yeah, the move really shifting around his infield a bit today. He has Kanan Trace, a usual third baseman, at first, and he's got Kevin Shea at third.
It's just a matter of getting guys some opportunities. I mean, you got to fit guys in wherever they can and get them as many at-bats as possible as the summer's winding down. So kudos to Chris DeBoof for finding places to play these guys.
I'll bring up the 9-0 hitter, Kyler Zukowski, who hits that one into center field. Hitting young Goldberg tracks and makes the final out of the inning. No runs come across the plate. Legends looking to chip back at this lead. It's 2-1 entering the bottom of the 4th. Welcome in here, bottom of the fourth. It'll be Musey, Quinn, and Treese coming up to the plate here against the new man, Evan Sandoval, after 3 innings from Mallet, in which he gave up a home run in that last one. First pitch from Sandoval to Musey. And funkier delivery than what we're used to.
Yeah, a little bit of funk from Sandoval, and he throws a little bit softer than we're used to here in the CCL. 84 from a righty is on the lower end, but he does have some arm side run to this fastball.
That one drops into the zone, 0-2. A nice pitch there from Evan Sandoval.
Yeah, big sweepy curveball that catches the inner part of the plate against Logan Musey, a pitch that looks like it's going to hit you, and then it catches the strike zone.
0-2 goes to the curve again. That one will miss. Brings the count to 1-2. Sandoval this summer. It's not been used according to point streak. So, it's one of his first appearances for the Stompers all season.
We got a potential season debut here. Might have to ask our friends on the Stompers if that's accurate.
It's fun to see. We've got a debut from a pitcher on the Legacy yesterday. And there's obviously 3 new pitchers on the Legends, as that will be strike 3 to Musey. If it is his debut, that's a good way to start it. Strikes out Musey, brings up Josh Quinn. As I was saying, there are 3 new pitchers on this Legend staff. Maybe we'll be seeing one of them today.
Yeah, potentially Josh Kim. Ronald Rocky's been used over the last 2 days against the Seagulls. The last 2 games. So probably not going to see him, but we might see Josh Kim. Hudson Pregame is not here yet, so definitely if we're going to see somebody, it's going to be Kim, who pitched against the Seagulls the first of the 2 games.
That one is fouled off 0-1 by Quinn. A couple Stompers are tracking, but it's a tough play to make over in sunny right field. 0-1 to Quinn. Outside, ball 1. Good take there by the righty. Evens the count up 1-1. That one outside again, ball 2. In a similar spot to the previous pitch. Quinn, but one of the most used players by Chris DeBoot. In fact, he has, if my math is correct, he's got 16 more at-bats than the next closest, JP Avila. Guy who has a lot of versatility, someone that can move around the infield. We've seen him at second, we've seen him at short. Great defense in both places. So it'll be 3-1. Looks at that one for strike 2. Full count now to Quinn. Three-two outside, ball 4. Sandoval, after striking out the first batter, walks Quinn there to put one on for Kane and Treese.
The batter, first baseman, number 22, Kane Treese.
Exactly how you want to get a rally started right there. Getting a guy on base, especially after that strikeout. So brutal to start the inning, but luckily for the Legends, they were able to get somebody on base, looking to do more damage here.
Kane and Treese struck out last time we saw him. Now looking to do better against the new man Sandoval. First pitch, looked at for called, strike 1. There's Quinn right there, maybe looking to steal, but heads back just in time. Another reason why he's been used so much by manager Chris DeBoot. 5 stolen bases, good for 3rd best on the team. Is that one a hit? Foul, 0-2 now to Quinn. To Treese, excuse me.
I talked to a lot of the pitchers, and they really love having Josh Quinn over at shortstop. He's a guy who's able to pretty much grab any baseball. He's got some pretty good range, has a really strong arm, so definitely one of the pitcher's favorites over there up the middle.
0-2 to Treese. That'll be strike 3 looking. He can't believe it. Sandoval, 2 strikeouts now, and
The
bottom of the
batter,
fourth.
catcher, number 50.
Yeah, and he's used that curveball on the inner part of the plate. It looks like a pitch that he has a lot of confidence in so far. A location that he has a lot of confidence in so far. It's really tough to pick it up as a hitter. It looks like it's going to hit you, like we mentioned earlier, and it just catches the zone right there.
Of course, playing with fire right there, as you mentioned. It looks like it could hit you. There is a chance that it definitely could. That one looked at for ball 1.
Yeah, like it could hit you, but I think to go to that location, you got to have a lot of confidence that you can land that pitch.
Especially to go to it this often. We've seen it a couple times now to get strikes, and he's done so very effectively. 1-0 to Shore. And that'll be dropped by the catcher. 2-0 now. And Cini unable to field it. Well, that'll be 2-0 to Shore. 2 outs, 1 on. Two-0. Looked at for strike 1. I don't mind that take there though from Shore.
Yeah, and a 2-1 count. It's a pitch that's pretty close to the strike zone, although not necessarily clipping the zone, according to our TrackMan. Josh Quinn is able to get back. But it's not a pitch that I don't think he could have done a lot of damage on, so not a terrible take right there from Max Shore.
2-1, the Fresno State righty, after 2 seasons at Riverside City College, and looks at that one for strike 2.
As we just saw the umpire punch out the hitter on 2 strikes right there.
I was a little confused about that.
Again, going to that curveball on the inner part of the plate, another pitch that barely clips the zone right there.
2-2 now to Shore. Looked at for ball 3. Yeah, at Riverside City College had 290 average, 371 OBP, and also won the Junior College State Championship in 2022. So had a lot of success there over in Southern California. 3-2 pitch, runner goes, hit hard past the third baseman. Good hit ball there by Shore. Runner digs for home. Quinn will be safe at the plate. Stand-up double to tie the game by Max Shore.
And Max Shore recognizing what the pitcher is trying to do right there. He's pitching him in heavy, a fastball, almost borderline sinker that runs in, and Max Shore is able to get to that baseball, hooks it down the line, just barely fair. 94 off the bat on the RBI double there from Shore.
First extra base hit all season from Shore, and it's a big one at that. Ties up the ball game here in the bottom of the 4th. Legends doing exactly what you said they needed to do last inning. Just treat it like 1 run chipping away, and now just like that, tie game here with a runner on second. Ujimori, always a threat to do more. Hit a home run in the last inning. First pitch away, ball 1. Curious to see how. Probably will be pitching a little bit more away to Ujimori after that strike to right field.
Yeah, like you said, Ujimori's already done some damage on that last pitch that he took deep. Was a pitch on the inner part of the plate, a pitch that he's liked so far as he hits him right there.
Maybe a little frustration after giving up the home run in the 3rd. Hits him in the leg, brings up the top of the order.
Number 6.
So we'll be getting a mound visit over to Evan Sandoval. Got 2 outs, but then a couple hits. Tie ball game just like that. We'll be back shortly. Bottom of the fourth here, after the mound visit to Sandoval. Just got told the official attendance. 30 people here at CSM on a fine Wednesday evening.
Thank all those in attendance. You're joining us this afternoon.
Brings up the top of the order, Hayden Young-Goldberg, who took a strike there, 0-1. Runners on first and second after the double by Shore and the hit by pitch on Ujimori to bring up Young-Goldberg. Goldberg started the day with a single. Since then, to reach base again as he gets behind the count 0-2. So crucial for you as a pitcher to get behind, to get ahead in the count, especially with runners on. Just opens up your arsenal so much more.
Yeah, it gives you so much room to work with right now. 0-2 is the worst nightmare for a hitter, and Young Goldberg's in a pretty deep hole right here.
Goes inside again. We've really seen Sandoval loving the inside of the hitter of the plate. That one just a little too inside, ball one.
Yeah, he likes to go to that spot. It's a spot that manager for the Legends, Cristobal, really preaches to his pitchers, is pounding them in, and Sandoval doing that pretty well here for the Stompers.
One fouled off by Young Goldberg. Of course, it low and in is where you want it as a lefty to send it over the fence, but it also could lead to some weaker contacts, kind of jamming the hitter a bit.
Yeah, it's kind of the give and take of pitching. I mean, you play with fire sometimes, and hitting is very difficult. It's really tough to make that adjustment, especially if you are not looking for the ball in. So, really tough.
Instead, goes outside there on Young Goldberg to get strike free. Legends get a run back. Tie ball game as we enter the top of the fifth. Top of the fifth, tie ball game for the first time since the third inning. Legends crawled back in this one after the home run from Ujimori, and then the double. That is a hard hit ball, 100 miles an hour off of the bat of Sebastiani, but the third baseman went out of position, might I mention. Kevin Shea makes the grab.
Yeah, they don't call it the hot corner for no reason, Nate. That was 100 miles an hour off the bat right to Kevin Shea, and he's able to make the play.
Those jumping, leaping grabs are something that you see a lot as the middle infielder. Shea, despite playing a near position, not so different in that catch right there. That'll be a quick out one for Roberts, entering his fifth inning of work. Is that one for a ball. We have some arms kind of starting to stretch here in the Legends bullpen. 1-0 drops in, 2-0 now to Paul Contreras. Contreras scored a run in the third. After hitting a single. And we'll look at that one for ball 3. 3 pitches, 3 balls to Contreras. Does have some speed on the base path. 3-0. Finds the zone 3-1. But that's where that pitch was going to be most of the time. 3-1. Contreras. We'll look at that one for ball 4. Puts him on base with 1 out. Nobody else on for the 3-0 hitter, Elijah Ramos.
Not the guy you want to walk right there. A guy who has some pretty good speed and also sets up the top of the order. The heart of the order with Elijah Ramos, the 3-hole hitter, due up. Saw Ramos bunt last time, so could potentially be expecting that if you're Chris DeBoo in the Legends right now.
Yeah, Paul Contreras second in the team in stolen bases. Only behind this man right here, Elijah Ramos, as that one is hit high into center field. The play is made by Young Goldberg. Have to track a little bit to get that one. Wasn't hit right to him, but makes the grab for the second out of the inning.
Number 32, Tyler Hawley.
Big out 2 there with a speedy runner on first. Brings up Tyler Hawley to the plate.
Yeah, and a quick out to add on to that. I mean, Cole Roberts, not usually a starter, so most likely Chris DeBoo has some kind of pitch count on him, although he's leaving him out there for a fairly long time as we are in the 5th inning.
2 outs here in the 5th inning. Roberts looking to get out of it. First pitch, swing and miss, 0-1. But this is something we've seen a lot from DeBoo's staff is guys who aren't used to pitching, as starters, more bullpen arms getting work as the starter. I mean, notably Richard Keel started off the season in the bullpen, is now the ace of the Legends pitching staff. Now Roberts kind of in a similar position as that one will go. Swing and miss, gets away from Shore though. It'll be 0-2. That's a great pitch from Roberts, though, to get the swing and miss.
Yeah, it's a great pitch right there from Cole Roberts. More importantly, now you have 0-2 on the hitter, which is really all you should be focusing on right now. If you're the pitcher, that runner on second does not matter if he doesn't score.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that Contreras in second really adds pressure to you if you're Roberts. 0-2, 2 outs. Thought about going there, but held up in time, 1-2.
Talk about a lot of guys getting the opportunity to start. I mean, Reese Lueck got some starts while he was here, of course, no longer with the Legends, but there's been a lot of guys who have been tasked with starting that haven't been tasked before, and a lot of them have answered the bell so far. I think it's also part of the reason is because a lot of guys have been struggling on the starting rotation for the Legends.
Strike 3, swinging Roberts. Still just as fresh as ever. Showing some enthusiasm as he heads back to the dugout. Still 2-2 as we enter the bottom of the 5th. Shea, Belter, and Avila to the plate. Bottom of the fifth, it'll be Kevin Shea, Evan Belcher, and JP Avila facing Evan Sandoval once again. Sandoval had a tough fourth inning, gave up a run with 2 outs. Now, fresh slate here. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in the middle of the order. 0-1 goes to 0-2 after the swing and miss from Kevin Shea. We just got Brett Mallett's line. 3 innings of work, 45 pitches, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, walked 2, struck out 2. One of those hits went out of the ballpark, gave up the run on the home run. This will be a 3-pitch strikeout to Kevin Shea to start the bottom of the fifth.
Really good changeup right there from Sandoval. It looks like a pitch he's really liked so far, especially against the lefties, which the Legends usually employ a lot of.
There will be 2 righties up now, starting off with Belcher, then Avila to follow. What, he threw 6 changeups in a row to end the inning?
Yep, and he went to 3 more right there to begin the inning, so 9 in a row.
Really liking it. Really liking the changeup. I have to say, there's no reason not to. It's been a very effective pitch today. 1-0 to Belcher. That one is hit high into right field. Will drop for a hit. Belcher thought about digging for 2. But will take the 1-out single to get on. That was a nice sound off of the bat of Belcher.
Yeah, great piece of hitting right there, taking the ball the other way on the outer part of the plate right there. Evan Belcher getting a base hit in right field, taking it right where it came from.
Right hit ball. Puts him on base, brings up JP Avila to the plate.
It does look like Chris DeBoo has Dawson Raddick warming up in the bullpen.
I was talking to the Stompers broadcast booth, and Kieran Coster, one of their play-by-play guys, told me, please don't tell me you're pitching Dawson Raddick today. Looks like he's warming up in the bullpen, and we could be seeing him as soon as the 6th inning. Swing and miss there from Avila brings the count to 1-1.
Cole Roberts has done pretty much everything Chris DeBoo could have asked for today. He's given him 5 pretty strong innings, matching his summer high.
Checking in on Belcher over there at first. He has some speed, stolen a couple bags this summer. Avila, 1-1. Swing and miss, 1-2. Just one of those guys that just wants to hit the ball far and will do anything to do so, even if it means swinging and missing at pitches like that. 1-2 to Avila. Hit hard down the third base line, kind of be out at second, out at first, double play to end the 5th. Still a tie game as we enter the top of the 6th. We'll see if Cole Roberts will be staying in the game, or if it will be Dawson Raddick. You'll have to find out right after this. Top of the sixth comes with it. A new arm to the game. It's Dawson Raddick, the submarine pitcher, coming in for the Menlo Park Legends. And you see it right there, 0-1. He gets so close down to the... He's basically scraping the dirt. That was a sinker there. He's working with a sinker slider, as most submarine guys do. That one is hit weakly over to second. Ujimori makes the play for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, always our favorite day of the week when Dawson Raddick takes the mound this morning. Pitching coach Marcelo Saldana sent me, the image of Marge Simpson throwing submarine style. Usually means Dawson Raddick will be on the bump during the day.
It's not even like it's submarine. It's like he gets lower than a submarine, it feels like at times. Like he is scraping the dirt, forcing weak ground balls like that one you just saw right there. Brings up like Stompers batter. First pitch. That'll hit him. So that's obviously a little bit of a side effect of like pitching so low to the ground, and pitch it a little more in. Could always have a chance of hitting the batter.
Number 1, Trent Abel.
That'll bring up Trent Abel to the plate. Giovanetti heads over to first. Raddick now with some pressure on him. First pitch. Misses 1-0. Raddick came in, close out the game against the Stompers on Saturday. We just got Roberts' line on the day. 5 innings of work, 75 pitches. That's a lot for someone not used to throwing that much. Gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks. Struck out 5. A solid day from the starter. That'll be 2-0 to Abel. Missed the zone, 3-0 now. This is their second time seeing Raddick. Now you know what you kind of expect. It's always so difficult as a batter to adjust to a submarine pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, you're used to seeing a lot of guys who have over-the-top deliveries, and Dawson Raddick is the complete opposite, so your eyes are just completely not used to seeing a guy that throws this hard, or excuse me, from this angle, even if it's 77, 78, which is what Dawson Raddick sits at.
The batter, catcher.
Maybe they're getting used to it now. 4 pitches, 4 balls. Brings up Vanancini to the plate for the 3rd time. Of course, you're more warmed up in the game as well. First pitch to Vanancini from Raddick. The final zone, 0-1. Exactly what you want to see after walking a guy.
Yeah, 4-pitch walk, the batter before that, so really important for him to establish the strike zone once again, get in there for the first pitch.
0-1, Raddick. Finds the zone again, 0-2.
And after you walk a batter on 4 pitches, the next hitter is very passive on the first few pitches, so for him to recognize that right away and get back in there in the strike zone, get ahead 0-2 is really important.
0-2. Hit over to third, and it will be fumbled with by Quinn. That will be safe at first. Loads up the bases there. Be an error on the third baseman, Shea. Sean not being used to playing that position a little bit there.
Yeah, it's a tricky hop right there that kind of got up on him a little bit, but with Dawson Raddick on the mound, a guy that will induce a lot of ground balls, you have to be expecting a ground ball hit to you, especially when you know that it's a slower pitcher, so it's most likely guys are going to be in front of it. So as the third baseman, you need to recognize that, and I don't think Kevin Shea was necessarily anticipating the ball being hit to him.
And that, I'll say, it did hit him. Run will come across the plate to take the lead. Chris DeBoo not too happy with it. Trying things over with the home plate ump. Upset that he didn't call it right away and kind of let the Stompers dugout perhaps influence the call. It didn't even really look like we got a signal from the umpire at all.
Yeah, it was kind of a late call right there by the home plate umpire, and usually that's why managers are super invested in their dugouts and how important dugout energy is. Stompers dugout sold that, whether it hit him or not. I didn't necessarily get a great view, so I can't say definitively, but you know, the Stompers energy and their awareness to scream it hit him right away is very important in that moment right there.
Yeah.
Back to the top of the lineup.
You have to wake up there. Instead, it costs you a run. 3-2. Braddock, guy who's usually been pretty shut down for the Legends, struggling a bit against the Stompers. The first pitch will miss 1-0. Bases loaded. So tough if you're the Legends after getting back in the game. 1-0 to Rad. Pitch. Strike one. Of course, with a guy like Raddick, there's always the opportunity to force the double play. Going back to, Shea fumbling at third, maybe that was something that was in his head, that he was just he was too eager to turn the double play, and instead was unable to make the play at third base. 1-1 pitch finds his own, 1-2. One thing with Raddick, he's very good at getting strikes looking.
Yeah, it's a funky delivery like we mentioned a couple times now, so really tough for the batter to pick it up, and sometimes they just have to take it.
Hit foul hard, 1-2. We'll do it again. Raddick, bases loaded, 1 out, just looking to get out of the inning with no more damage. 1-2. A strikeout would be ideal. Instead, just fouled off. 1-2. Run it back. Two pitch comes, hit foul. Not making life easy for you. Sebastiani really fighting for it here. Hometown player for Sonoma. Grew up, goes to Santa Rosa Junior College. Swings and misses at that one. Strike three. Big one for Raddick to get out two there.
That's an important out right there. I mean, giving up the 4-pitch walk and then getting the ground ball booted and then getting the hit by pitch. It's been a couple of unfortunate circumstances for Dawson Raddick, so getting that out is super important, especially after a long at-bat like that last one.
That one gets away from him, though. 1-0. Brings up a problem man, Paul Contreras. He's reached base a couple times today, looking to do so again and extend the Stompers' lead. 1-0 pitch to Contreras. Hit high into center field. Young Goldberg tracks. Waves away Belcher and makes the grab to get the final out of the inning. They leave bases loaded, but one run comes across the plate. 3-2 as we enter the bottom of the sixth. Bottom of the 6th. The Legends find themselves down again in this contest. 3-2. Will be Musey, Quinn, and Treese, to the plate. First pitch from Sen. The pitcher will be finding the zone 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Misses 1-1, evens it up. Musey looking to reach base here and start a bit of a rally here for the Legends. 1-1 Sandoval gets the foul ball there, 1-2. I'm sure the same thing that was going through their heads earlier in the game is back at it once again. Just score, run an inning, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's exactly what they got to do here. I mean, they're down 1 run, so you're only chasing 1. It's not that big, but it's getting late, so they got to start not chipping away, but getting some runs on the board.
1-2, misses 2-2, evens it up. And to be fair, I mean, even after that last inning, I'm still very comfortable with Dawson Raddick on the mound. He's been one of the top pitchers for the Legends all summer. He's already shut down the Stompers once.
Yeah, he's been a very effective arm out of the bullpen for debut, and so far, it's been a little bit shaky with the with the base on balls and the hit by pitch, but a lot of that was in due part because of the error that happened at third base, so not a huge concern for Dawson Raddick so far.
3-2 to Musey. Full count for Sandoval. Hit high into center field. Looks to be an easy grab for Paul Contreras, who gets the first out of the inning. Tough fly out there for Musey. Brings up Joshua Quinn.
Batter, shortstop, number 7, Josh Quinn.
Quinn, the Cal Lutheran man, looking to get on base once again. Second time facing Sandoval this evening. First pitch. Looked at. Ball 1. Quinn. Teammate of Ryan Farr at Cal Lutheran. Farr for the legacy. I wonder if we're going to see Quinn kind of adopt Farr's signature move of calling time every at-bat.
He hasn't all summer, but sure Ryan Farr will talk to him about that. Might talk to him about getting on the mound as Ryan Farr did yesterday for the Legacy.
What a fun game yesterday was. We saw 3 players for the Legacy attempt to play all 9 positions in 9 innings. Unfortunately, because the bats were so hot and they scored 11 runs, and the mercy rule being in effect in this BACL, Nick Thompson, Kyler Bittner, and Ryan Farr weren't able to do so. There's plenty of season left. I'm sure they could give it another crack. That will be a 4-pitch walk to Quinn. Tough for Sandoval. Is on with 1 out. Brings up Kanan Treese. Quinn has some speed on first. 5 stolen bases this summer. First pitch to Treese. Misses 1-0.
Sandoval looking a little bit more human in this inning. They do have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen, though, so I assume his leash is very short.
1-0 to Treese. Swing and miss, 1-1. Good job by Sandoval to get the swing and miss. One. 1 out, 1 on here for Treese. Low, ball 2. Take from Treese. On deck, Max Shore, who hit the RBI double to bring this game to a tie, 2-2. Now, Treese finds himself down 3-2 here. Just goes foul. So tough for Kanan Treese.
Talk about the game of inches, and that baseball goes foul by about 2 inches. Very unfortunate for Kanan Treese.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for Treese. He struck out twice. And now 3rd time through the order. Almost got a hit there. We'll have to try so again. 2-2. Runner takes off, hit hard, foul, too early there. It's nice to see some aggression from Josh Quinn on the base path. So we'll do the 2-2 pitch once again to Treese. Double play would end the inning. Instead, Sandoval had a pitch to give. Gave it to Treese, and it'll be full count. 1 on, 1 out. Stompers only up by a run here. Each at-bat becomes more and more important in this ballgame. Full count. Hit in the opposite field. Going foul. Tracking. No one will reach it. Treese forcing a long at-bat out of Sandoval.
That was a very good at-bat so far for Kane and Treese. Also have to consider the fact that Josh Quinn has a lot of speed on the base paths. He's already tried to take off at least once. With a 3-2 count, 1 out, you might see him go at some point.
Josh Nikoloff over at third. See if he sends him. 3-2, runner goes. Low, ball 4. Didn't even need to slide him, but does so for show. That'll put 2 on, 1 out.
Matt Shore.
And I think that might be Sandoval's day. You mentioned he had a short leash. I think manager Zach Pace is pulling the leash in. When we return, we'll be seeing a new pitcher into the game for the Sonoma Stompers. Bottom of the 6th. New pitcher into the game is Garrett James for the Stompers. Fastball curve, high velo guy as well. Has yet to give up a run all season. So obviously someone Zach Pace trusts a lot out of his bullpen. Brings up Max Shore. First pitch to him. And that'll find the zone 0-1. Into the game at first, pinch running for Treese is Nicholas Walsh. It'll be 0-1 to Shore, the righty. Ujimori on deck, a lefty. That one is hit high into left field, left center. Contreras makes the grab. Runner thought about going instead. Quinn heads back to second. That is why you bring him in from the bullpen, to get outs like that.
He's one of the exact basis trusted guys out of the bullpen, and showing exactly why that's the case. Coming in, throwing strikes, getting quick outs. Garrett James. Now the lefty on lefty matchup here against Ryson Ujimori, who has tagged the Stompers for a home run earlier in this game.
Yeah, on deck another lefty as well, young Goldberg. Sure that's in the back of Pace's mind. First pitch to Ujimori. It was high and away, ball one. Garrett James plays his college ball over at Texas Lutheran. 6'3" lefty from Fort Bragg. It's that one in the zone, 1-1. Ujimori just looked at that one away. Evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Legends need to score a run to tie the game. So that one's a low, ball 2 in the dirt. 2-1 to Ujimori. Ujimori's already hit a home run today. "15 appearances, 4 starts last year for UCSD. Swings and misses at that one, 2-2. Good job by James to get the swing and miss on that. All in the zone. 2-2 now to Ujimori. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Garrett James comes to the game and gets 2 quick outs. As the Stompers still have a 1-run lead as we enter the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th in a 1-run game. Stompers and Legends in another close one here as Dawson Raddick's on the mound entering his 2nd inning. He'll be facing the middle of the Sonoma lineup, starting with Elijah Ramos, Tyler Hawley, and Jack Lazark on deck. In the game at first base is Emmett Finney. At third is Nicholas Walsh. Shea will exit the game as that one is chopped over to short. Good adjustment by Josh Quinn, and that one will get away from him though. Finney comes into the game and is unable to make the play at first.
Error charge to Josh Quinn on that play, who made a pretty good play on the tricky hop. Unfortunately, could not fire off the throw accurately to Emmett Finney, who just came into the game.
So tough runner to let on. Ramos does have some speed. Brings up Tyler Hawley to the plate. First pitch to Hawley, high. Ball 1. Dawson Raddick, native of Nebraska, playing his base center ball a long way away from home. Just plays his college ball out here at Concordia. That one is hit foul. Finney chasing, same with Belter, but it will just drop into the Legends bullpen for even the count up at 1 apiece. One ball, one strike to Tyler Hawley, the third baseman. One of a few CSU Fullerton guys that you're very familiar with now.
Yeah, a lot of guys we're pretty familiar with in Elijah Ramos and Tyler Hawley as the ball gets away from Finney right there.
A little rusty in at over at first. The runner will advance to second. Will be a ruled an error on Emmett Finney.
And back to that point, Dylan Goff out of the bullpen also on this team. Paul Contreras incoming from Modesto Junior College, also committed to Fullerton. So a lot of guys that I'm very familiar with, always glad when they come in to town here at CSM. Always very nice guys to have around.
I do like the Stompers organization, I have to say. Good commentary crew. Oh, 3 lovely guys from Syracuse. As that one is hit high in the field. Young Goldberg will throw. Ramos tags. He will be safe. It's a good throw by young Goldberg, but just didn't have the distance.
The batter, first baseman, number 30, Jack Lazard.
And that's when the error on Finney is so costly. Allows the runner to go to reach base and then go from first to second. Now at third after the sac fly. He is now 90 feet away from extending the Stompers' lead. And what is a close game. Raddick's got some work to do. First pitch, though, to Lazard finds his own 0-1.
It's been a couple of rough games on the defensive side for the Legends. I mean, the other day they had 5 errors. Today they've put up 3. So definitely a part of their game that they're looking to tighten up as the season goes along.
It's been a problem we've seen a lot, especially in close games where offenses are kind of firing on similar levels. You look at the scoreboard and it's like, oh, these two teams have the same amount of hits. But then you look over to one number to the right and you see, oh, the Legends have 4 errors, 5 errors. You know, there's also a lot of walks. As that one is hit into center field, runner will tag. Ramos will be comfortably safe. The sac fly extends the Stompers' lead to 2. It is now 4-2 here in the top of the 7th.
And we talk about the errors. 2 of those runs on the board for the Stompers have basically been because of errors. And we talk about a lot in baseball about limiting freebies. The Legends have really struggled to do that so far in this game and really over the last week or so.
Only 2 outs here to player into the game. For Giovanni, it's Justice Brinson. Looks at that one for a ball. Brinson, the new DH. 1 out to Brent him, and will be inside ball 2. There it is again, kind of hammering the inside of his zone, inner part of the hitter. That one just misses to bring the count to 2-0. 2-0. Brings the count to 2-1 now. 2 outs, nobody on. The Stompers have scored a run. Now with 2 outs, nobody on. A lot of pressure off of Raddick.
Yeah, the pressure's off, but the damage is done. It hasn't necessarily been a successful inning for the Legends.
I like that from you. The pressure is off, but the damage is done. 3-1 now to Brinson.
Poetry 101.
That'll be hit foul. Loads at the count 3-2. You like to read your books from time to time, don't you?
Like our Huckleberry Finns around here.
3-2, 2 outs. And that will be ball 4. Almost hit Brinson. Puts him on base with 2 outs. We'll bring up Trent Abel to the plate.
The batter, shortstop, number 1, Trent Abel.
It'll be 2 outs, 1 on here. First pitch, swing and a miss from Abel, 0-1. Good job there by Raddick to get the swing and miss on that one.
I'm getting the FPS, the first pitch strike. Most important part of any at-bat for a pitcher.
0-1, gets another swing and miss, 0-2. Last time Abel faced Raddick in the last inning, the 6th, he walked. Now gets behind the count, 0-2. That must be nice as the pitcher.
Yeah, hopefully he's able to put him away here.
0-2, hit over to third. Over to Finney. He makes the grab to get the final out of the inning. 1 run comes across the plate.
No hits, 2 errors,
Now 4-2 in favor of Sonoma. When we return, Legends looking to come back in this game. Top of the order up here in the bottom of the 7th, facing Garrett James, who got 2 massive outs last inning. Now his first full inning of work will be against Young Goldberg, Emmett Finney, and Evan Belter. First pitch to Young Goldberg. Hits him. That's not how you want to start your day. To start the inning. Especially against a lefty, a guy that you feel you do have an advantage over.
Yeah, good job by Young Goldberg there. Leaning, or not leaning, but taking that pitch to the elbow guard. No damage done to him. And he gets a free base off that. Boosts his on-base percentage.
Brings up Emmett Finney for the first time all day. We've seen him hit a home run here in the opposite field a couple weeks back now. Looks at that one for strike 1. Finney also committed from Chabot to San Jose State last week. Going over to the Mountain West to play with the Spartans. 1 to Finney. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Kind of a guy that only gives you a couple outcomes. He either hits the ball really well or he strikes out. In fact, he is tied for third on the team in strikeouts with 20 less plate appearances than the guy he's tied for third with, and strikes out in that one. Thought about slamming the bat down instead. Heads back to the dugout, brings up Evan Bilter.
Evan Bilter.
And Phineas had a rough entrance to this game. I mean, it's never easy to come off the bench and produce, but make a couple errors, strike out in your first at bat. Definitely feeling baseball right now, which is what happens to a lot of us when we step out on the field.
1-0 now to Bilter. He's going to move the game once again. He's had a pretty solid day, reached base a couple times. Exactly what you need out of your 3-hole hitter. For a runner on first being young Goldberg, has some speed, thought about going there instead. Doesn't. Bilter swings and misses at that one, 1-1. So it'll be 1-1 to Bilter. Pitch. Runner goes. Fouled off. That will force young Goldberg to head back to first. He was going to be safe there by a country mile.
Yeah, maybe not the smartest play right there by Evan Bilter to swing, but it could have been a hit and run put on. Never know up here.
It's a little high up in the zone, and he did swing on that one a little late. Maybe was looking to send it into opposite field and potentially get a run back. Instead, 1-2 to Bilter. Swings and misses at that one. 2 straight strikeouts for Garrett James. Brings up John Paul Avila.
And James doesn't necessarily look like he's coming at these hitters with some electric stuff. It just looks like he's pounding the strike zone, locating his pitches well, and so far it's working for him, and it has worked well for him all summer, really.
Brings up JP Avila. Tied leader in home runs for this Legends side. A home run would tie the game. First pitch from James. Swing and miss. 0-1. Avila, you do like him here in this situation against the lefty.
Yeah, he has the platoon advantage. The wind has kind of died down a little bit, so there's a potential for for a pulled fly ball here to do some damage.
0-1 hit foul high towards the dugout. 0-2. It has to be said, I don't think we've seen a home run hit over the left field fence all year.
If you don't count the Donnell Daniels fly ball that may or may not have left the park.
Counts in the stat book, so I guess we'll count it, but it comes with an asterisk. 0-2 to Avila. Yeah, high into opposite field. The right fielder, Zukowski, tracks and makes the grab for the final out of the inning.
For the Legends in the bottom of the 7th, no runs.
Legends
no
entering the top of the 8th, down by 2. Work to do. Final innings of the game. Top of the 8th. Dawson Raddick remains in the game. Brings up Jack Vanencini. It'll be Vanencini, Zukowski, and Sebastiani to the plate. Strike one. Nice to see Raddick get ahead in the count here.
Yeah, it's always important as a pitcher, like we mentioned in that last inning, to get ahead and get ahead often.
I have to say, it feels to me like he's had an unlucky day. Hit by pitch, couple of errors in the field. So tough for a guy that has been so dominant all year. Gets ahead here, 0-2 after that swing and miss. 0-2. Fouled off barely. We'll do it again. We'll be back here again tomorrow night. Legacy as they take on the West Coast Kings Gold. As that one hit down the line. Foul, barely. That one looks very close to me, Victor.
Yeah, but a very emphatic foul call there by the third base umpire makes me feel like it did, in fact, hook foul.
So, foul ball there. Count stays at 0-2. I was saying 2 more games here this week for the Legacy before we have a few off days for us, at least here at home. The Legends traveling down south to take on the Foresters and the Blues in Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo, respectively, as that one's hit over to third to get the first out of the inning. Nicholas Walsh makes the play. One of the fresh infield arms.
The batter, right fielder, number 15, Kyler Zukowski.
As for the Legacy, they'll be playing a couple out-of-conference games in preparation for the BACL playoffs next week. That one will be a ball 1-0.
Legacy have potential to do some damage in those playoffs. They are first in the BACL.
By a good margin as well. A few games. That one finds its own 1-1.
They've played some really good baseball as of late, especially against conference opponents. I mean, we talked about yesterday, they only used 2 pitchers and 3 position players to cover 8 innings of 1-run ball on the mound.
Yeah, so impressive what Nick White has done with that squad, both on and off the diamond. They have fun and they win games. What more could you ask for from a summer ball team? Although Nick White, stepping away, will be rejoining the team towards the end of the playoffs. Jack Trevino taking over as the manager. That is because Nick White is getting married. That will be 0-1. Sebastiani. That one inside for ball. Evens things up. Get a couple Legends games here as well. California Tigers will be coming into town next week, along with the Walnut Creek Crawdads once again, as that one is hit high in the center field. Young Goldberg in the deepest part of the park makes the grab
To
get the final out of the inning. When we return, Legends down by 2 with 2 more innings to go. They have some work to do. Bottom of the 8th, it'll be Logan Musey, Josh Quinn, and Nicholas Walsh to the plate for the Menlo Park Legends. New pitcher into the game. That one is hit foul, 0-1. And the game is Bryant Thornton. This is college ball for Oklahoma Baptist. He's been used quite a bit out of the bullpen. 15 innings of work. Working with a 2.94 ERA. That one high, ball 1.
Consequentially, does not have a save yet this season, and we are hopeful that he does not record one today, but he does have the opportunity.
1-1. Tough call, and the cries of the Legends dugout disagree. 1-2.
That was a pitch that was about a ball or two down, and Musey's not happy with it. Neither is the Legends dugout, who are looking for anything to get a rally going here, down 2.
1-2. Gets away from Thornton. 2-2. San Anselmo home. Gets away from him. 3-2 now. Thornton, interestingly enough, this is his first appearance out of the bullpen. So interesting to me to go to a starter this late in the game in a close situation as well, to throw him into a new situation.
Yeah, sometimes in summer ball you will see this. I mean, a lot of guys are just looking to get some innings in, whether it's out of the bullpen or out of the rotation. So Zach Pace just looking to fill his quota with some guys here.
Garrett James's line just came in. 1 2/3 of innings of work. 18 pitches. No hits, no walks, no runs. Struck out 3. That's about as good as a day you can ask for. And as for Bryant Thornton, starting your day out with a strikeout, pretty good too. Brings up Joshua Quinn to the
The
plate.
batter is shortstop, number 7, Josh Quinn.
Josh Quinn has reached base 2 consecutive times now. Excuse me, he's actually reached base every at-bat today. Couple of walks. That one there for a ball. Now here with Thornton, we're getting some more of that velocity that we're used to in the CCL. 89 on that previous fastball. 81 on that ball, 2-0.
Yeah, it looks like he's working with a couple of breaking balls, which is definitely unique, a slider and a curveball.
Tough for the hitters, but Quinn will do his best. 2-0, fouled off 2-1. On deck, Nicholas Walsh awaits. We'll get his first at-bat of the day. That one will miss. Ball 3. Quinn getting ahead in the count here. Although we saw Thornton strike out the previous hitter with 3 balls, as that one is hit hard over to third base. Quinn trying to beat the throw. He will not. Second out of the inning on the great throw from Tyler Hawley. 92 miles an hour off of the bat of Quinn. That was not an easy one to field. He did kind of fumble it a bit, but got the throw, got the out. Brings up Nicholas Walsh for the first time this evening.
Good job by Hawley there, keeping it in front of him and firing off a strong throw. Quinn was hustling the entire way, gets him by a step.
Walsh hits that one high in the shallow right. And Ramos will make the grab for the final out of the inning. The Legends down to their final 3 strikes, only up by 2 as we enter the top of the 9th.
Coming across
Top of the ninth, 2-run ball game here between the Sonoma Stompers and the Menlo Park Legends. And into the game is a new pitcher making his season debut. It's Josh Kim.
Kim out of Cal Lutheran, one of the new arms Chris DeBoo brought in halfway through the season. Is that pitch is crushed.
Crushed in the left field. That one going back, and what a tough way to begin your summer. Absolutely hammered in the left field. 99 miles an hour off of the bat. Travels 332 feet, just goes far enough to bring the Stompers lead to 3. So unfortunate for Josh Kim.
Yeah, Coder that catches every bit of the heart of the plate, and Paul Contreras does not miss that off the scoreboard here at CSM. An absolute tower shot.
Well, we were talking about not many people hitting the ball over the left field wall. Contreras did just that. Extends his lead. That's his 3rd home run of the season. Best for the Stompers. Brings up Elijah Ramos. Pitch by Kim misses 1-0. Brings it to 2-0 now. So unlucky for Josh Kim. That one misses the zone again, 3-0. Kim mainly used out of the bullpen and as a starter for Cal Lutheran this past year. Before that, was at CSU San Marcos. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk right after giving up the home run. Brings up Tyler Hawley.
Third baseman, number 32, Tyler Hawley.
Tyler Hawley today hasn't reached base since the 3rd inning. His job defensively, made a couple nice plays at the hot corner. First pitch from Kim, finds the zone, 0-1. Nice to see there from Kim. First strike of his summer for the Legends. And that one finds the zone again, 0-2. To be fair to Kim, that was the first live at batter that he's seen all summer in a game. That one is fouled off, 0-2. The 0-2 here. Runner on first, nobody out. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the changeup from Kim. Good job getting the swing and miss there from Hawley.
Yeah, going to the righty-righty changeup right there. An absolutely filthy pitch to get Hawley to swing over.
First baseman, number 40, Jack Lazark.
Brings up Lazark with Ramos at first. First pitch. Swing. Fouled off, 0-1. Ramos, pesky on the base path. We've seen that a couple times today now. Takes his lead at first. 0-1. Hit into opposite field. Belcher tracks and will make the grab. Ramos going to have to hustle back to first. And that is the 2nd out of the inning.
Batter, designated hitter, number 25, Justice Brinson.
Brings up Justice Brinson to the plate. 2 outs, 1 on here for the Stompers. We've increased their lead in this inning from 2-3 after the solo shot from Contreras. First pitch from Kim finds his own 0-1. Settling in here after the home run and 4-pitch walk. Has gotten 2 outs this inning after those first 2 at-bats. Now 0-1 to Brinson. Misses 1-1. Kim, originally from Studio City, California. Also played water polo in high school. 1-1. This is 2-1. Water polo is an extremely difficult sport. I don't know if you've tried to play it before, Victor, but it is a lot of treading water. You have to be very strong, a very physical sport as well. As that one hit over to short for the final out of the inning. 1 run comes across the plate off of the bat of Paul Contreras. Legends have some work to do as they find themselves down by 3 as we enter the bottom of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th, down to their final 3 outs. It'll be Max Shore, Rice Nugent-Morty, and Hayden Young-Goldberg to the plate. Starting with Shore, first pitch. In for a ball, 1-0. Avery Thaw on the mound. You see Davis Aggie. First pitch, swing and miss.
Yeah, surely looking to do some damage on that swing right there.
I don't know if now's the time for a pun down by 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Tense situation here at CSM. Nobody out, nobody on here for sure. He looks at that one for a ball, 2-1.
Nate, we got to get our pun quota in. Come on. As a broadcast, we have a pun quota. We haven't met it yet. We got there.
Mostly because of you, I'm going to be honest. 2-1. Hit high, foul, 2-2. Hasn't been used too much this season. Yet to give up a run, though. Has only allowed one hit as well. The perfect guy to close out the game for Zach Pace's squad. That'll be 2-2 to Shore. Looking to shore things up here for the Legends as they find themselves down by 3.
Suddenly it's not a tense situation anymore.
When the opportunity presents itself. 2-2 once again to Shore. Two. Finds his own strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Legends now down to 2 outs. Bryson Ujimori, though, one of the guys you want up here in this situation.
Yeah, Ujimori absolutely jumped on a ball earlier in this game. Has the potential to do some damage, has some extra base pop in his bat, so definitely one of the guys you want up. Unfortunate right there, Max Shore looking at strike 3 going down.
Looking to lay down a bunt there. Instead, it'll be called strike 1. Mori calls Aiya Hawaii home. His college ball for UCSD, where he's entering his junior season. One. Hit foul, 1-2. One and two to Ujimori. Looking to get on base and start a rally here for the Legends. 3 runs to make up on 2 outs. 1-2 high evens the count up. 2 apiece now. So Ujimori. High ball 3. Job coming back in the count here for the lefty. He's facing a lefty pitcher. Tough for Ujimori, but he's got himself into a full count. 3-2. Called strike 3 looking. Ujimori can't believe it. As that brings up Hayden Young-Goldberg, who represents the final out in this contest.
Yeah, that was a pitch that was a couple balls off the plate, according to our trackman. Very unfortunate going down on strikes, especially in a full count right there. Unfortunate call for the umpire right there.
Brings up the leadoff man, Young-Goldberg. Excuse me, new man in, actually. It's Vaskin Smith pinch hitting for Young-Goldberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the Legend, batting for Goldberg.
What number?
18.
Number 18, Vaskin Smith.
Vaskin Smith, I mean, it makes sense you bring him in here now. When you need some pop from your bat, he's the guy to do it. Tied for lead in home runs this season for the Legends. As he looks at that one. Ball 1.
And with the lefty Young-Goldberg due up, does make sense to go to a righty here in Smith to get the platoon advantage against the lefty on the mound.
1-1 to Smith. He looks at that one. 2-1 now. Smith committed to New Mexico. Originally from New Mexico as well. This one, 2-1. Finds the zone down to his final strike. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Legends down by 3. Pitch comes. Inside, ball 3. Loads up the count once again. Good take there by Smith. Full count. High, ball 4. Puts Smith on base. Brings up Emmett Finney.
Number 29, Emmett Finney.
Another guy you do fancy to get some extra base hits here for the Legends.
And if you're the Legends, you still have one out to work with. You have a runner on base now. And some of your big hitters is Emmett Finney, who has had a tough day so far, but has the pop in his bat, and Evan Bilter, who's had a great day at the plate.
First pitch to Finney. High, ball 1. Good take there. Importantly, another righty as well. Finney, also a righty. Avila behind him, another righty. So, Deboo, you do like the platoon here if you're the manager. 1-0 to Finney. Low, ball 2.
Looks like Rowan Felsch has a helmet and a bat in his hand, so might pinch hit for Avila. Interestingly enough,
yeah,
we were talking about the platoon advantage. Felsch is a lefty.
It does have some speed. And some pop on his bat. That one high, ball 3. This just went down. Looks like he was shutting things down here for the Stompers. It's behind 3-0 for runner on first. Finney down to his last out. I wouldn't expect a swing here on this 3-0 pitch. And looks at it for strike 1. Finney had a couple errors at first when he came in. Also struck out in 3 pitches in his first at-bat. Now up once again. This time against the new man. 3-1 comes. And looks at that one for ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Thou. Great take at that as well, as there'll be a little bit of a mound visit here to check in. Lefty Bilter on deck. He represents the tying run at the plate.
And you go back to that at-bat by Uji Mori on a 3-2 count, strikes out on a pitch that was way outside. I mean, how different this inning could have been if the umpire doesn't call strike 3 there against Uji Mori.
Yeah, but even then, it was a long at-bat. Thou's pitch count up a little more. And that's why he might be getting a talking to. He's faced 2 batters now with 2 outs and has been unable to put both of them away. Matter of fact, has walked both of them. Puts a little more pressure on him now with the tying run at the plate. Bilter, a guy who's been tough to get out today. Base a couple times now. Average around 320 this season.
Number 17, Evan Bilter.
The Colorado School of Mines in the spring had an average of 426. So if there's anyone you fancy to get a hit here, it's Evan Bilter. As time is called once again, they got to talk things over some more. Frustration from the Legends dugout.
Frustration from the Legends dugout, but if you're the Stompers, your dugout's got to be frustrated as well. I mean, you just had a mound visit, and it doesn't look like they talked over what they had to talk over, so.
So he comes out here, first pitch to Bilter. Hit, dropping into the gap. That will be a hit. 1 run comes across the plate. The other will go to home. That will be making it a 1-run game. Bilter with a 2-run double with 2 outs. The Legends are not out of it just quite yet.
Great piece of hitting by Evan Bilter right there to get the RBI double. Deboo is going to tap into his bench again. John Paul Avila has struggled a little bit today. Rowan Felsch has some pop in his back and definitely win it with 1 swing here.
Yeah, but the lefty plate here. The winning run is at the plate. The tying run is at second in scoring position.
And you have to be conscious as a lefty at the plate here that the umpire is giving the outer part of the zone, as we saw to Uji Mori.
Felch looks at that one, high, ball 1. Felch recently, we have seen him swinging earlier, more and more at bats. Takes that one high, ball 1. Looking to put the pressure on the Stompers. 1-0 pitch. Hit over. That will just go foul. That would have tied the ball game right there.
Yeah, that was a great swing of the bat from Rowan Felsch right there. Unfortunately, just about a millisecond too late, goes foul by a couple of inches. We mentioned the game of inches. playing an effect right there again.
So tough to come back. As he already took off for first, dropped his bat. Now has to dig back into the plate. 1-1, 2 outs. Any ball could be the last. Felch. Hit hard into foul territory once again. That one even more harder off the bat. 93 miles an hour off of the lefty.
And Rowan Felch just kind of caught in between right there. The fastball was late on it, and then really early on the off-speed pitch right there.
1-2 down to his final strike. Timing's been a little off this at-bat. Even it up. 1-2. Swing and a miss. That's ball game.
2 hours, 41 minutes.
The Stompers just hold on after giving up 2 runs in the 9th. Final game time at 2 hours, 41 minutes. And at the end of the day, it was the home run in the 9th. That was the death sentence.
Yeah, the home run in the 9th inning definitely comes into play right there. Rowan Felch's at-bat, I mean, it looked like his timing was just off the entire at-bat. Swings over the fastball right there to end it. The call to Ujimori definitely plays an effect as well. A pitch that was outside. Unfortunately, the umpire on a payoff pitch called it strike 3. Would have tied the ball game if Ujimori was on base right there. Unfortunate loss for the Legends.
Yeah, but it also does come down to, you look at the scoreboard, and I see 3 errors to the Stompers 0. So tough. If you're a Christaboo squad, a problem that they have struggled with all summer. They'll get the opportunity to bounce back. They have an off day tomorrow before traveling down to Santa Barbara to take on the Foresters before a 2-game set against the Slow Blues. As for us, we'll be back here tomorrow night for the Legacy, as I'll be taking on the West Coast Kings Gold. We'll find the live stream here at 5 p.m. For Victor Martinez and everyone else here with Legends Baseball, I'm Nate